not want to be on camera.
Hi friends, host Derek here, host of Talking with Finnish People, and
I'm a brat.
And also Kimberly's boyfriend. So, you see this very muscular man here. Look how sexy and muscular he is. His name is Vegan Gains. He's trying to show you that being a vegan doesn't mean you're wimpy, okay? They're going to have a debate here. And I'm basically going to play debate police. But let me say going in, first off the bat, you're probably wrong about your preconceptions about how this is going to go down. I don't know how they're debating at all. I haven't listened to any of it. But if I were asked to debate the pro-meat eating side of the argument, I'd walk into it dreading it because it's the losing argument, period. I mean, not veganism, but vegetarianism has all the winning arguments. There's no
to listen to arguments, though.
There's no ethical way to justify eating animals, really. So, I mean, I could probably win the argument with underhanded debate techniques, but just to let you know, Vegan Gains has a substantial resolutional skew advantage here, as we say in debate. In other words, the resolution skews vegan. Now, presumably here, Vegan Gains is affirming, and no bullshit will be negating. We'll see. Let's start the video and find out what they do.
Is immoral. Well, your premise is interesting because basically you're making an appeal to social contract. We already do it, and we, generally in society, we wouldn't consider somebody immoral if they're eating meat. This is just an appeal to social contract. You're not breaking any social contracts.
No, it's not an appeal to social contract. It just basically says that which is normalized is acceptable. The social contract is not. First of all, it's not even a real thing, but that's not what it means. So he's wrong there, but let's hear what he else has to say.
With anyone by eating meat, so therefore it's ethical. Well, if you're going to appeal to social contract, then you could use that same thing to justify slavery. If we lived in a society...
Wow, you brought up slavery quick, man. Are we 2 minutes in?
Well, it's a completely...
It's completely valid and analogous. The analogy is sound there. So no bullshit. I call bullshit right away.
Valid argument. If you're going to appeal to social contract...
Slavery is not equal to eating meat.
That's besides the point. It's not...
You compared it to equivalent.
No, I did...
Oh my god, no bullshit? You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. He made an absolutely sound analogy there. The analogs do line up. The relationship between them does make the thing analogous. And you are just saying because it's slavery, because he's comparing it to, he's using slavery as the analog in the analogy, that the analogy doesn't count for anything. You deserve that fucking mighty big shaming I'm going to be handing your ass right in this video. I can tell right away. No bullshit. You're getting my foot up your ass.
No, I didn't compare it to eating meat. I'm just using it to demonstrate how you're being logically inconsistent.
So it's not just because slavery was a thing doesn't mean that you're suggesting that eating meat is eventually going to become immoral.
No, you're appealing to social. You're not understanding the argument. No, you're not understanding You're not understanding the argument. I'm not.
He's not understanding the argument. You're saying that eating meat will eventually become immoral. No, he's not. If that were the case, then in the analog, slavery would have to start out as being okay and then become immoral over time. That's not what happened, so that's not a proper interpretation of the analogy. No bullshit. Talk about a projected name. You're nothing but bullshit, you weak-ass little bitch.
Saying slavery is comparable to eating meat. Let's say it's not, just for the sake of argument.
Well, I just want to hear your argument. You're just talking about slavery. What's your argument for immorality of eating meat?
The immorality of eating meat. Okay, well, basically, it's not something we need to do. It's completely unnecessary, at least in modern Western civilization.
It is necessary.
No, it's not. Well, explain why.
We need to eat food.
Well, yeah, and we can choose to eat plant foods that don't require the suffering and death of sentient beings.
Who is
We don't need to eat plants either. I mean, you don't need to eat wheat.
Who is no
Why aren't we
bullshit?
attacking wheat? You're attacking
Well,
meat.
because
Who
it's
is
not
this guy?
because it's not an ethical issue.
Well, animals die from wheat production.
Yeah, but there's a difference between intentionally killing animals in agriculture and
Okay. Vegan Gains is either an INTP or an ENTP. I don't know which one, but for whoever one of these types on. He seems like an INTP because he's kind of soft, you know, seeming. He's not actually soft, but he's not using the FE stick in the process of countering this guy's nonsense.
He's remaining cool and calm.
Right, he's really cool and calm. Who is this fucking guy? He's got 55,000 views on. He got 519,000 subscribers. And concurrently, among the stupidest fucking morons I've ever encountered. Couldn't understand the perfectly cogent and reasonable arguments that Vegan Gains was making. Who's right about the ethical obligation. Now, in this instance, I'm not following my ethical obligation. I still eat meat. You might ask me why. Well, because I've arbitrarily decided to narrow my ethical obligations to people. That's why. But Eric, you have to do what's right. No, I have to concede the argument. I have to agree that he wins the argument. I don't have to do what he says. I think he'd agree with me on that. That I'm being just and fair if I agree that Vegan Gains wins the argument. I'm going to do what I want. Meat tastes too good. Cam stopped eating chicken because of our chicken. But I still eat it. And Kim still eats beef and pork. I said to her, I'm like, we better not ever get a cow or a pig as a pet, or else we'll have to go vegetarian around here. Now, I will say this about Vegan Gains. You are correct as well about the dairy and egg industries as being kind of fucked up. But there's nothing inherently fucked up about eating eggs. My chicken lays it for me every day as a thank you for our feeding and caring for her. She doesn't lay it for herself. She lays it for me. Or for Kim, really. But, you know, depends. Maybe some days when I'm extra nice, she'll lay it just for me. She puts a little note on it as to who it's for. Anyway, yes, you should eat eggs. Yes, you should drink milk. Yes, you should eat cheese. I agree that it shouldn't be made with the dead calf stomach or whatever. But you're wrong about the ethical obligation regarding veganism, and you can't defend that one. So, there you go, Vegan Gains. You're a smart guy, former debater. That guy totally debated. He's a debater. He's a flow debater. No doubt about it at all. And, no bullshit is a
Bullshitter.
post-lobotomy survivor. He's a lobotomy survivor who somehow has 500,000 subscribers despite being an utterly contemptible bit of ground muddle. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. And don't forget that no bullshit is a moron.